Hey guys, Hayden here. Today is the first race of the RWB GT3 League in Raceroom. I haven't done a league in a long time, so it's going to be a challenge for this first race. Brandon has also signed up for the league but has to miss this one due to his wheel settings not being right. We'll both be in the Porsche 911 GT3R in this 8-round league. Let's get to the first round, Zandvoort.
So just a quick reiteration of just stuff I wrote up in chat earlier, especially mainly for the new guys, but never does harm everyone getting a reminder. In quali, obviously outlap, get out of the way quickly off the racing line. Try and leave space. As I say, I know we're all getting to know each other a bit, but and you don't know how much of a gap you might need. But if you come up on somebody and they're in a quali lap and they're slower, you'll probably have to back off. It's not acceptable to ruin somebody's lap just because you're quicker than them. We've got 20 minutes, so there's plenty of time for a lap. Race incidents, I touched on it earlier. If you get in an incident, a wee sorry goes a long way. No arguments, no discussing who was at fault if there's disagreement, but you can call out, Audi, you've just hit me or cut me off. You can do that just to highlight it, but that's it. Pit stop, but that mandatory, needs to be at least 2 tyres or it doesn't count. Disconnects, so fingers crossed for everyone. We play that one by year. We can't restart the race for every disconnect. It's just you just can't. It's not practical. So it's really only a mass disconnect that we'll do a race restart. Keep in mind your quali position at the end of quali, because the most likely time I've found is between quali and race. So if we do a big disconnect, we'll restart straight to race and we'll just do a manual formation lap based on your qualifying position. We've done them a few times and they work. They're actually quite good fun. It just takes a wee bit of time. And last but not least, first lap, guys. It's a tight track. We actually will penalise people just for driving too aggressively in the first lap. If something happens due to them squeezing a wee bit too much, and I know it's a hard ask, but just priority is avoiding accidents that first lap in the pack. It's not gaining places and going in for every gap.
And you got damage on full as well, haven't you? So
yes. So there'll be incidents. There always is. We're first race, but let's see if we can make the first lap replay something good to look at, and not some you avoid in your replays.
Not a Benny Hill.
Put it this way, lads, if you pull off some good stuff and keep it clean, you'll be featuring in a video, trust me.
That was really it. I mean, does anyone get any questions? A minute to quali.
So is the mandatory pit stop for both races as well?
So this race is a single race. There's three event types: standard race an hour, reverse grid 30-minute, 20-minute race, and one endurance race. So this is one race tonight, standard race format. If anyone's not seen it, all of this information is in Race App. It's also in our channel and Discord of the League Info. So yeah, no second race tonight. Quali's about to start, guys. Race comms only. Minimal chat, just to point things out. Otherwise, enjoy. There's a 3-4 minute warm up, so you have a pee break between quali and that. And good luck.
Good luck.
Yep. Yeah, good luck.
Good luck, gents. Good luck, everyone.
Right, we're coming around for the bank lap of this qualifying session. I've noticed that this car is very understeery, under power, out of exits and everything, so it's pretty hard to get around the fast corners. So we just set a 39.1 for our bank lap, and a few laps later we've improved to a 38.5. This is our best current, well, this will be our fastest lap of the session. So here we come down to turn 1. This is a very oversteery corner on the exit. I've noticed if you put down your foot too much. This corner here, I've noticed that the front of the car scrapes, which is I don't know how to, well, I do know how to fix it, but wasn't fixing it. Yeah, got a snap of oversteer, but we recovered it. Now here's the really fast part. It's kind of fun when you get it right. This corner coming up. Slam on the brakes, trail brake in, hopefully you get to the apex, which we miss. This corner is a pretty fast one as well. That curb, if you hit it too much, you will oversteer right through that corner. These two corners are the most trickiest ones of the lap. This one being the trickiest. Still, we managed to get around it pretty quick. In 7th place at the moment, 3 thousandths behind the guy in 6th, which is pretty cool. This is probably the slowest part of the lap. We understeer through the first part and understeer out the second part, so there's still more time to be gained through there. This is also a few fast corners, and we come around to the end of the lap. This corner, I try to get to the apex and still keeping full throttle, but we have to lift off a tiny bit through there. And we get a bit of a tow from the guy in front, and we set our fastest lap, which puts us into was 6th, but now we're down to 7th. So this is the sped up time, and we are in 7th place for the start of this race. So just waiting for everyone to get onto the grid. Usually most of these servers you can pop it into first and not have the clutch on, and then you can just full revs until the lights go out, and then you get like the most amazing starts ever. So I was testing it if this was one of those servers. I was pretty nervous that when the lights did come on that I would get a jump start penalty, but yeah, so the lights are coming on. And we're going. So Evil gets a really good start. We kind of get stuck behind Rigel. I was checking around to see if anyone was around me. We put our traction control up a bit. Try to possibly go around the outside of Rigel, but we get another car up our inside, which is unfortunate. So we get the same car down our inside here, which was surprising to me because I was in the driver's briefing he told everyone not to be aggressive, and this guy was definitely aggressive at the start of the lap. Was going to see if we can possibly go around the outside of Rigel here, but pulled out of it. But that caused this car behind us to catch right up and goes down the inside of this corner. So we come on to the fast part of the section and the most trickiest part. Definitely the least favourite part of the track. Still trying to get used to the car, but I only had like tops of like, I don't know, an hour worth of practice. It's a new sim for me as well. I've come off from Project Cars 2 to this. It's different, but I'm enjoying it. Now that's what I should have done during qualifying, is going right over those curves, but we're in the heat of the moment. So first lap has been pretty uneventful, so been overtaken once, so not too many positions lost. Gets on the curb a bit and loses exit speed pretty much. Getting the slipstream, possibly going for the overtake, but in the RWB standards we're not allowed to go for dive bombs. Understandable. So we're just going to be basically trailing behind these guys for a while, trying to get our eye in with the car. Yeah, as I said, the understeer of this car is pretty annoying on this track, especially. This car is definitely not the fastest on this track. As you see here, I go quite wide there a fair amount of times due to the understeeriness. We're being challenged from behind from Marco. I'm always looking in my mirror, and he comes down the inside, and we hit. I didn't actually expect him to go down the inside there. I was taking a different line through there and I didn't think he expected it. But we still managed to come up on top. He drops back. I'm not sure who's in fault there, but I carry on with my race. So we're trying to catch the guys in front of us. With Evil getting a good start, got ahead of Rigel. It held Rigel and the guy in front of us up a wee bit so we could catch up. I found that me and Evil were pretty similar pace, so I was trying to push myself to get up there with them. As we cut ahead to the next lap, and we'll cut a few here to show our progress through the race. As you see, we're getting pretty close here. We can go for an overtake opportunity here. We're alongside him, so we can continue with the overtake, but he outbrakes us and holds the position well. I noticed that this corner was also one of the slowest corners. I'd always try to get my foot down as early as possible without understeering off the track there. So Evil gets some oversteer on the exit of that corner and allows Rigel to get past him, and after this we basically never see Rigel again. He's just taken off. So our next opportunity will probably be getting past the guy. Oh, he's going for a dive bomb, but they collide and we can go for a overtake ourselves. We're alongside him. He again defends well and gets holds his position. I've also noticed that the car in front, he has a bit of top speed than us, so can't quite get him out the exits or anything. He just pulls away midway down the straight. Yeah, so this will be a 8-round league. The next race will be Zolder, and it'll be a 30-minute race and a 30-minute race and 20-minute reverse grid race. So as you see, he slows down there. I'm not sure if he got a slow down or anything, a cut penalty, but I noticed that there was a couple guys that did that. I didn't have an issue with penalties or cut penalties. Oh, he goes wide. Comes back on track. He's got dirty tyres. We kind of follow him a wee bit. He gets back on the grass and spins in front of us. So that's a easy position for us. So now it's time to chase down Evil and try to snag 6th place from him. Yeah, going back to the league info, it's a 8-round league, 30-minute race next week with a 20-minute reverse grid race. So that should be pretty fun to do. And challenging to overtake all the cars. As we see our progress throughout the laps, catching Evil. And this part was probably the most scariest part of the whole race. We brake on the grass and oversteer throughout that whole corner and just touching that inside wall but surviving. So it was a very scary point. As we cut ahead again to show our progress through the race, we slowly catch him and we come through some back markers. So he lets us through pretty safe. I thought he was still on the inside, so that's why I gave it a lot of room. So here's our progress again. Slowly getting closer after every lap. And we catch right up onto him here. This is when we pit actually. So this is probably my first time in this pit because I don't know why I didn't practice the pit entry or anything. it's auto pit on, I'm pretty sure, or it was for me. So we come in, I decided to change all 4 tyres because I didn't really know how much of a difference that would make. So as we speed up the this pit stop, Evo gets a quicker stop than us and allows him to get a probably 2 second, almost 3 seconds at the end of the pit lead on us. And we've got a bit of traffic behind us, and he passed us. Right, so we need to get past this guy, and we got another guy behind us, which is actually a lapped car. So we shouldn't be getting challenged by him. So you're just getting used to these tyres now. Just learning this guy ahead to see where he's good and bad at. As you can see, he rides that curve, which probably gives him a slightly worse exit than us. I made a mistake by running over that curb. As we're slowly getting this corner right over time, but still not perfect. Getting a bit of time on him through here, and the lap car behind is really coming for us. This surprised me, and oh, he's going for a dive bomb now. That's not really legal. I was very surprised, and he slows down right at the apex and forcing us to slow down ourselves. So as we catch right up to Bean here, we got Bear behind us, who is also challenging for position. So yeah, Bean runs wide here, so slowing me down, and then Bear hits me from the rear. No damage was done. I'm not sure on his part there. We finally get past Bean though, but Bear got us in the process as Bear goes wide. So now it's just a matter of catching Bear now, as he comes up on grey, which is the lap car, ignoring blue flags, which was not the right thing to do. He's slowing Bear right up, allowing me to catch up, so I'm not sure what's going to be done with Grey here. And Bear just slows down at the apex for some reason. I'm not sure if that's just a line that he was taking, or he had a slow down, but we go up the inside here, and he drops right off. So I was like, I'm not sure if he had a penalty as well. But now we just got Grey in front of us. He should be getting blue flags and allowing us to pass. But as you see here, he's just racing us, which is, he slows down there and allows us through. Oh, no, he's still fighting for position, which is not the right thing to do if you're a lap car. As we skip ahead to 3 minutes left of the race, Bear has caught right back up with us, and the leader of the race, Jake, has caught up to us. So I saw him pass Bear at that corner, so I was going through my head of where I should let Jake through so I can gain the most possible amount of time on Bear. I was thinking about possibly the end of a straight or something like that, but it was probably too late at that point, so I decided to let him through at this point, trying not to lose too much time. So Bear's still a second back as he gains 3/10 there. And at this point I was just going to see if I can stay with Jake here for the rest of the race. But the Audi is pretty quick on this on the circuit, as Bear catches right up with us, and almost I don't know how he didn't outbrake himself. But here's another lap car. So we're still trying to keep with Jake, as well as keeping in front of Bear. Still trying to get used to the car as well. I noticed Bear got a better exit than me, so just keeping an eye on him in the mirrors, but it seems like we're slowly pulling away from him in the mirror. And he brakes later than us, but can't go down the inside. That corner is so tricky when oversteer on the exit. You have to be very careful with the throttle. So we come down to like 40 seconds left, and Bear gets oversteer on the exit of that corner and spins out. So that's basically secured our seventh place in this race, with us having like little to no practice at all. So just enjoy the last lap of the race. Few wiggles to finish off the race, and that's the race well done right there. Oh, that was not easy. I am soaking wet in sweat. So that was live comms of me right after the race. So well done to Jake, winning the race. 36.9 during the race, that's insane. But yeah, it's a good race for me. Finished the race. Yeah, I'm happy with that. 7th place, not bad for no practice, basically. I was hoping to finish on the lead lap, but unfortunately Jake just caught up with us at the last point. That was the first round of the RWB GT3 League in Raceroom. Next week is Zolder, so make sure you keep an eye out for that video. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.